So traders, I want to bring something to your attention when it comes to the markets right now. And the last time I saw what's happening right now underneath the surface was back in 2017, especially in the crypto market. And it wasn't good. And that was the start of a really big move on the downside. You can actually see here by looking at the good old Bitcoin chart is the last time I saw this much bullishness was around the 2017, not from a chart perspective, but from a sentiment perspective, especially on the cryptocurrencies. And that's what I want to share with you. I also want to talk to you about gold, silver, and the mining sector, because I think there's something going on there. Plus also the stock market is still flagging warning sign. So that's what I want to share with you guys. A quick little disclaimer, and then we're going to get straight into today's video. Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video, because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. So I've just recorded a brand new trading course, and I'm giving you a free access to this. This is broken down into 4 different parts. Part number 1 is about the foundations, the biggest mistakes you're making right now, what goes into a good trader. Part number 2 is about the chart reading techniques that's been working since the 1950s. This chart reading, part number 3, advanced chart reading, is about the techniques that I've actually only learned from my millionaire mentor, not from books. And then also my number 1 top trading system mastery. I give you all of that for free, and I'm giving it to you. So go to johnsfreegift.com right now, or click on the very first link in the description. Alrighty traders, so let's actually get into today's video. So the first thing I want to say is, what is the warning sign that I'll be talking about here at the start of the video? The warning sign is this, okay? The last time that I saw this much bullishness out, or actually no, there's been 2 times, actually really 2 times, I'm thinking about it now, really 2 times that I've seen this much bullish sentiment around the crypto market. And so a lot of people, there's a massive Bitcoin warning right now. And why I'm saying that is this, okay? Back in the last couple of years, or the last say 10 years, we've had this one boom through here. So this point through here. We had this point through here, right? And then we had also this point through here. And one of the things that I noticed around those times is that the sentiment around Bitcoin was it can only go up. And now I'm seeing across the board, people that are in the internet marketing space, people that teach people how to advertise on YouTube. There's fitness channels right now, people that are in the fitness community. You know, and then there's all these other people out there that have nothing to do with the actual financial markets are honing down on Bitcoin. The Bitcoin community, the Bitcoin herd has just gone absolutely just nuts, right? So if we have a look at the fear and greed index, this is the fear and greed index for the actual stock market, okay? We're at extreme greed. I think by looking at the sentiment of what people are, right? I think what people are looking at when it comes to the sentiment of what's happening here in the space here is, I see what's happening here right now, and not on the extreme greed, but I think we're about here somewhere, or I think we're about 120 when it comes to the crypto market, right? So this is the crypto. That's when it comes to the actual crypto market there. And why I'm saying that is that I'm just seeing the sentiment around this. This is obviously a very bullish chart through here, right? Big move to the upside. The sentiment that I'm noticing around the cryptocurrencies right now is back in what it was back here and what it was back here back in 2021. So what I'm seeing right now is that people are just on the Bitcoin bandwagon. I'll give you an example. I'll give you one example of many that I've seen. In the last 24 hours, there's been one person who I follow on YouTube, and his whole business is helping business owners advertise on YouTube. You guys, right? So one thing that I saw him do recently, one, he said that he's been selling up all his really expensive watches to buy Bitcoin now. And then recently, he's put all his personal savings into Bitcoin. Wait. Stop for a minute. Okay. One thing that you probably learn, and this is for a lot of you smart traders out there who, if you've been around the market, say more than say 10 years, right? Or probably even like me, I've been trading for 20 years. That's one of the reasons why I have a coaching program. What I mean by a coaching program, it's called the 1% group. The 1% group is I'm with you every day for a couple of hours. I'm coaching you, guiding you down all the things that help you become a good trader. You know, when it comes to where are good opportunities to get involved with the markets? When's the next great buying opportunity? Where are the markets that's likely to make the next big move? The emotional, what does it really take to be a 1% trader, from risk management, trade selection, so on and so forth, right? So if you're interested in joining that group, guys, where I can coach you and guide you, take you down the path there. And again, it's a lot more than just a YouTube video, right? And that's the reason I'm with you. That's where I'm with you for a good 6 to 12 months every day when the market's open, to coach you and guide you through the process of everything that goes on, help you get better and better. If you're really dedicated and you're serious about becoming a 1% trader, then that's second link in the description. You can click on that, and that's going to take you over to an application form where you can fill it out, and then you and I will personally have a good chat on the phone. And this is if you're really serious, right? This is not for just people that are just dibble-dabbling through here. If your goal is to do really well at trading over the next 5 years, and you need some real good hand-holding to build a solid foundation for the rest of your life, I'm your guy. But looking at the actual Bitcoin chart here is one of the things that I've learned over my trading career. And even looking at this time through this market cycles this year, okay, there's two schools of thoughts. When it comes to these markets right now, right? And what I'm saying here is this: when there's a lot of bullish sentiment around a market, that's the wrong time to be getting involved with it, right? So, for example, what's happening in Bitcoin now? If I go and show you what actually happened with gold, and if you see what happened with gold, there was so much bullish sentiment around here with gold, right? As this market was going through here, guess what was happening? I was gold. And that's when I started doing warning signs about people, where if you are looking to get involved with gold, you do realize where you are in the markets, right? And my whole job was to say, I actually thought we'd actually get a bit of a drop out of gold. We actually didn't. We just paused here. But I saw people buying call options. I saw people go on leverage positions. And I know most traders out there got absolutely just creamed out of gold because they stayed in and all that sort of stuff, right? The purpose of me saying that is that the herd mentality around the Bitcoin market right now is crazy, right? But we're starting to get that. I'm starting to see that bullishness also in the stock market. So not so much out of gold, right? Gold's quiet. Do you notice every time and this is where for you guys, right? If you want to be part of the 1%, right? That's why I say when it comes to my coaching, 99% of traders don't do well out of trading. And I say 99% because 95% of you guys don't make money right now, right? 4% of you guys are barely breaking even, and 1% with me that I'm doing, and also my private clients, you're actually doing really well this year. You're making good money this year, right? And you do it year after year after year because you have this solid, that's what a 1% trader is, right? I hope you do realize that. So by going down this path here, you can see what's happening here on gold. And the whole purpose of me saying this, guys, I'm trying to share with you and teach you this one thing, okay? Whenever you're looking at a market, even if you're looking to invest in that market for a little bit, the market is a teeter-totter. When people are greedy around the market, and as we know for the last 6 months through here, it's time to put a warning cap on there. No one knows where that point of stopping is going to be. Meaning, like when I was warning people about this gold move through here and I started putting warning signals out here, it wasn't to say that I know the exact day it's going to happen. It was to say that, hey, you know, there's going to be a better time to get involved with gold, and it might either be a good correction through here and then we go, or then we're going to get something like this here. Bit of FYI, now after all this time, I'm actually looking for a really good bullish trade out of gold right now. Because it's actually, by the way, it's because it's setting up with my trading rules, right? And this is one thing I want to help you down the road here. To become a 1% trader, I was talking about this with my 1% group today, right? 1% trader, what that simply means is he has some sort of trading pattern that he trades. Do you have a trading pattern that you trade? Probably not, right? Most of you guys probably don't actually have a trading pattern. You're You're trading based off, well, I think the stock market's going to go down today. And here's the stock market here, John. And this is the weekly chart here. And I think the stock market's going to go down this week. So I'm going to go short. Do you see what I'm saying here, right? Like you don't want to be doing based off thinking. A 1% trade, I'm just trying to share with you guys over the last 20 years of experience. I'm trying to share with you what helps me have good years now, right? I wasn't always good at trading. Why? Because I was trading based off what I thought. I think the market's going to go down this week or this month. Therefore, I'm going to put on a trade. Where now I say, I think the market's going to go down, but I could be wrong. Therefore, I'm not going to place a trade. When I do place a trade, this is the pattern that I trade, and therefore I wait for it. Okay? And this is the reason why 95% of traders don't make money out of trading. So when it comes to the bullish sentiment as well too, I'm starting to see that around the good old stock market as well too. Right? The stock market is just absolutely on a tear right now, and there will come a point in time, like gold, very soon, we're going to get a good correction out of the stock market, or at least a good couple of months of doing nothing. So if you're getting into, and I'm starting to see this already, it's really fascinating to me, guys. Really fascinating to me by looking at the sentiment here. Okay, right now, here, up here, it's really interesting to see the sentiment. There's one sentiment is, but the M2 money supply is increasing. How can the market go down? Okay, that's what you think, right? You think that. But if you understand, like one thing I want you to see the reality of these markets. Even if M2 is increasing, by the way, it's been increasing for 10 years. And what happens to the market for the last 10 years? It goes up, it goes down, it goes up. We go through swinging motions, right? So understand that even if this thing was going to continue up, we are going to go through a pullback. It's going to happen. We just don't know when. So don't try and trade that. Just the whole thing about what I do is I just let you alert about what's potentially coming. Therefore, you could stand aside, and when that happens over the next couple of months, then you could take advantage of it and make a lot of money. Make sense? So I'm seeing that whole M2 money supply go up right now, right? And I'm starting to see a lot of bullishness sentiment around the markets. The really fascinating thing, and this is where like I'm trying to, for you guys, I want you to think about this here in a context, okay? Do you know that 99% of people that are commenting on my YouTube videos, those people in the comment section, I hope you're not following them. Because most of them, and I don't know all of them, but probably I would say only a few percent of them are doing well, right? Only a couple percent. Well, that's actually the statistics. Only 1% of traders actually do well out of trading. And then the 0.01% make millions, right? The rest, 99% of guys don't make money. So therefore, I'm trying to share with you guys is that if you're watching a YouTube video and you're seeing comments on a YouTube video, please do not follow them. Because do you realize who you're probably trying to take advice from? Right, you're trying to take advice from someone who's probably not doing well out of trading, right? Especially this year. This year has separated the men from the boys in the markets. And I'm saying this not from a putting down term, but I'm saying this to you from a term that one thing that I've seen with people when people apply for my coaching program. Again, that's that second link in the description there, guys, and I can have a good talk with you. But one of the big things I'm noticing is a few things. Firstly, it's like I was doing so well, and then Trump became elected and destroyed it for me. Oh, okay, so what you're saying to me is when the market was in a very big bull market and just kept going up, you did really well. But when the market went down, you got crushed. Oh, right. So you weren't really a professional trader. You were just riding a big bull market. You were called lucky, right? This year has what's called separate the men from the boys. What does that mean? There were so many boys in the market that were just simply buying the market and just being patient, and it kept going up. I saw that so much, right? That's not you called being professional. That's called you being lucky. You just jumped on a big bull market. Yay, yippee-doo-day. Guess what? Most people did the exact same thing. Now what's happening this year? Now I'm starting to see the people I speak to, guess what I'm seeing? I'm seeing, oh my goodness, this year has been so tough. I've lost a lot of money. You know, when Trump became elected, he destroyed it all for me. Right? Now, I'm seeing that a lot with my calls right now. I'm seeing that a lot here. Now, separate the men from the boys is that you can make money in any market condition. I'm doing really well this year. I'm actually doing really, really, really well this year. And I've been sharing with you some of the trades I've been taking, right? And again, for you guys that know, look where Ethereum is. When did I mention Ethereum on YouTube? Down here. And for you guys that have been following me for the last few months, you know I'm telling the truth, right? Look what's happened with Ethereum here. Big move up. When did I start to talk about platinum, right? I mentioned platinum to you on the breakout here, right? I mentioned, I say, guys, we're about to say a big move, and see what I'm saying here, right? So I know how to identify these opportunities on all markets out there, not just on one market out there, right? When we see the stock market and so on and so forth. So the whole purpose of me saying what I'm saying here is this, is that you can be lucky and jump on a big bull market, but this year has really separated the men from the boys, where the boys they don't really know how to trade, but if you buy the market and it goes up because you're in a big bull market, you're a legend, right? But the men who are professional know how to do really well in every market, even if we have a big swing down, a big swing up in the overall markets, the men in these markets, and all that simply means is, like, for me as a coach, I've had 20 years of experience in these markets. So I impart this knowledge onto you, and that's the reason why I have a small 1% group where I'm teaching them everything they should be focusing on throughout the markets to make sure they stay part of the 1%. How do I think properly? How do I be in the right foundations properly, right? Like, how am I supposed to properly approach these markets? Because most people's thoughts about what they're thinking about these markets, how they're approaching these markets, is absolutely wrong. It is absolutely wrong, right? And that's the reason why most people don't make money out of the markets, right? And there's only a few percent out there that actually do. And I've been very fortunate myself to be coached by mentors who really know how to do really well out of trading the markets there. And so by looking at the actual stock market now, right, we're starting to see this thing starting to increase, right? We've been going up all this time through here. And so there's a big, massive warning sign from here. Big, massive warning sign. Market's been going up a lot, okay? And if you're just smart, a smart person with a little bit of common sense, which is probably not so common these days, it's so fascinating to me, guys. And I'm not sure what it is, but I can say, guys, bring up a chart for the last 5 years, 10 years, and tell me, how does the market actually work? Well, we swing, right? We might go up for a little bit, and then we have a pullback, and up, and pull back, and up, and pull back, and up, and pull back, and up. Well, we know that's what happens, right? Like, that's the reality of how the markets actually work. 101, fact. But then I can teach you that fact, and then we see this really big up move here. And then there's people going to say, I know that, John, but the M2 money supply is increasing, so therefore it's not going to go down. Or you do realize that where David Hunter said we're in the melt up phase, and so therefore we're going to keep going up. You do realize there's $7 trillion on the cash on the sidelines, and when that starts into the market, it's just going to keep going up. So we might get a little pullback. We might get a pullback, but it's only going to be very little, and we're not going to get a good 5-10% pullback. Right? Do you see what I said there? So you can take, there is facts of how markets work, which is what I just, and guys, I'm teaching you something here which is really simple, right? Not me, I'm not Mr. Market. Mr. Market simply says that if we do go through big vertical moves for quite some time, we're going to at least do what? At least this one here, which was about a month, because we're looking at a daily chart here. Even here, there's a little bit of a pause, and then we went up. And then guess what? Look at this here. From there to there, we had a 6% correction, and then we continued up. We at least had some sort of a pullback. And then we ran up a bit, right? And we ran up through here, and then we went down through to here, and then we actually had a 10% drop through here, right? We do that here in the marketplace.
So just by looking at and this is what, guys, it's actually not hard to be on the right side of trading. You just got to see the facts for what it is. And when you, the big issue, the big problem with most people who trade in the market now is they insert but. I know the market's been going vertical for the last 3 months, but it's going to keep going because, and that but and because is just an opinion. It's not based on facts in markets. It's going to keep going up. Now, yes, I do believe we're going to have an overall big bull market. But then you got to say, what is a big bull market? A big bull market is what? When the market goes up for a bit, and then we pull back and up, and we stair step and up and stair step and up and stair step. You see, like, that's a big bull market, right? So I want you to just be, and the really big thing about this here, guys, if you want to be more on the right side of trading, just understand the flow of markets. That's what happens when we do a lot of this for a while. We're gonna do this for a while, and when we do this for a while, we're probably gonna do this for a while, and then we're gonna do this for a while. And if you understand that thesis around trading, then just by simple common sense, you would say, so the best time to get into trades is probably we've been in a very strong trend, we've got a pullback, and we're looking to enter here for the next big move up. Wait for the pullback, get in here, next big move up. That's just common sense, right? That's just common sense if we're looking for a good trade, by the way, a good trade. Do not mix what I'm saying up here with long-term investing. If you're a long-term investor of these markets and you buy and hold, guys, I'm talking about what's likely to happen over the next couple of months. If you're a buy and hold for 5 years, don't listen to what I'm saying right now. Right? Do not mix these up. Well, I'm a long-term investor, so should I get out now, John? No, this is technical analysis. This is me telling you what's likely to happen now. But FYI, I do have a 7,500 target by the end of the year with the S&P. But even though I see that, I see there's got to be some sort of good correction coming soon, and that's when the time for a good trading opportunity comes around. Right? That's when you want to start doing it. So be smart about the way you're trading here. So again, the big issue is I just told you black and white how the markets work. And the markets have been going up pretty vertically for the last 3 months. What is 100% certain going to come soon? And either a sideways phase for a little bit or a nice good drop to create the pullback. That is what's going to come soon. I say soon because is it going to be today? Is it going to be next week? We don't know, but it's going to come. We know that. So if you know that, that's black and white. You cannot insert but because that's just all opinion. I don't give a little rat's ass about your opinion. Right? Be smart about what you're actually doing on the right side. And this is where you just want to see. So if you're looking to get into Bitcoin as an example, man, the ferocious of bullishness out of Bitcoin right now. What is it with Bitcoin? I'm just saying, oh my goodness, people with the Bitcoin. Oh, I understand what it is with Bitcoin, right? Because now the people are jumping on the bandwagon saying, oh my goodness, look at all that big move I've missed out on. I better get in now. And it's like, okay, cool, right? So that's what I'm seeing there, guys, when it comes to the overall markets and some coaching around how to really think about these markets here from this point of view. And again, guys, when I'm looking at, say, for example, why did I get into Ethereum down here? Why was Ethereum one of my recent trades? Right? Because what? Because we went up for a bit. Look, we went up for a bit, then we had the pullback, and as we're picking up, that's when I got in there. Why did I have such a big successful trade? Because I waited for this bit here first. So if you're looking to get into the stock market now, the S&P 500, wait for this dubalaki first in every market, right? If we go have a look at silver. If you go have a look at silver, what's silver doing? Oh, look. Market go up, you wait for this bit first, then you get in. Up, down, wait for this bit first because that's what markets do. All markets do this. And this is foundational across all markets. And so the thing you want to just say, okay, cool. The best time for me to get into a trade is, yes, we need to have a big strong trend, but I need to see one of these guys, which is a pullback or a sideways phase, to get ready for the next move, and so on and so forth. And we continue doing that, right? And so therefore, I just want you to be, again, my job is that if only 1% of you are starting to see what I'm saying here, my job is not to say I'm right or wrong. I'm just trying to say this is the facts around markets. I'm trying to give you the best time to get into a trade. So therefore, for the rest of your life, you can start to put the advantage on your side. 1% of traders know this, and also 1% of traders know, good systems and so on and so forth out there. And so this is silver from here. If we're looking at the gold price, I'm actually seeing gold potentially having another big move up soon. I've been really focusing on this weekly charts and looking at the gold price here, right? Let's go to this one here, right? Looking at the gold price here, we're just going sideways again. So to me, I've been looking for another good trade out of gold. Why? Because look at this here. Even from a weekly chart, look, market go up. Good time to buy? No, wait for the pullback. Wait for the sideways. Oh, look, sideways for 3 months. Oh, now look to buy. Market go up. Good time to buy? No. Wait for the pullback. Oh, we get the pullback. Good time to buy. Up. Good time to buy? No. Wait for the pullback. Oh, pullback. Oh, good time to buy. Up. Good time to buy? No. Wait for the pullback. Oh, pullback. Good time to buy. Do you see what I'm saying here? This is technical analysis 101. This is not moving averages. This is, forget all your indicators and M2 and supplies and thoughts and opinions and all that crap that you got to go down on. It's only there to confuse you. Now, by the way, I understand why you're going to use all those indicators, because you think you need them. But I've just given you one rule. One rule. If there is a trend in place, and we have been doing this for a while, aka the stock market, we will eventually start to do something like at least this here for a little bit. This is when you start to look to get back into it here. Because eventually, and this is where a lot of traders are not part of the 1%. A lot of traders are part of the 95%. You know what they do? You know what they do? They're buying the stock market now. I'm seeing it right now. People are buying call options in the stock market right now. I even spoke to someone just recently. They're buying it here. They're buying it here. They're buying it here. And listen, guys, I don't have any dog in the phone and bone in the fight or anything like that with you guys. My job is just to help you have a bit more of a common sense so you can be around these markets for a long time, to get in at better times. Most traders don't make money because they wait for the market to go up, then they start to get in here. Then we start to experience this Dubulaki for a couple of months. Then they either get chopped out of the market or they become fearful, or it's not moving, and then they want to sell. And then they have a loss. And then they rinse, recycle, repeat. Right? And this is where if you're looking at good times to buy the stock market, we see the stock market right now, and we see what's happening on the stock market. Right? When's a good time to buy? Wait for one of these Dubulakis. This Dubulaki. Because we will get one of these Dubulakis again. It's coming, right? It's coming. Just wait for that. No, don't go short the stock market. Well, again, you can do whatever you want to do, but don't short the stock market, because who knows, it could keep going for another week. The idea is to wait, even if it goes up another, and wait for this for 2 months, then get in here and have a really big move, right? If you just have that one approach that I just showed you there, you're probably going to do so much better than trying to, I'm going to short the stock market now because I think it's going to go down. No. If the trend is your friend until the end, if the trend is up, which it has been up, do not go short. But understand how that trend is formed. The trend is your friend until the end. So if there's an upward trend, you cannot go short. Secondly, in an upward trend, we have these swinging motions. So wait for this Dubulaki first, then look to enter. It's fundamental basics here. And once again, even though I just said that there, I know some people out there right now that are writing the call options. This last week, they're buying call options on the QQQ. I know one particular person exactly doing that right now. And this last week, he's buying call options on the QQQ. Because David Hunter said the melt up starting. Who cares about me or anyone on YouTube? Don't do this, right? And again, guys, this is why like I have a 1% group. You know what I mean? It's because like I'm coaching you and guiding you down the right path about how to really start to do these simple things here about how do I approach this market, right? And this is one thing, like I'm telling you right now, traders, like I had to have a really big hard look at myself because I wasn't doing well at trading. My trading sucked for years and years and years. So I had to have a hard look at myself like, how am I even thinking about these markets? How am I approaching these markets? And again, 95% of you guys are not making money because you don't actually have any approach. You're just like, market's going to go down. Let's go short. No, that's not a strategy. Right? That's not a strategy. Now, again, guys, that's the reason why, like, if you actually want to do well at trading, you want to do these things here. Right? These are the simple things here that I'm doing here, and I'm trying to share with you about the warning signs. And this whole video here is about giving you the overall major warning signs about what's happening in the markets, right? And as you can see, if you just learn from history, which most people are not learning from anything, because if you look back at time, what was happening down here? The worst, fear and greed index, extreme fear. That's it, stock market crash. Everyone's negative. What should you be doing at that time? I wonder what.